Hello, welcome back everyone. Now from this session, we are going to discuss about some important PySpark question. Might be you will see this kind of question in your upcoming PySpark as well as for Databricks and Fabric role. So let's start from this session. We will take some simpler question, and as we will do some practice, then we will increase your level. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating a Spark session and beginning it. Now coming to the problem statement. Here we have a name table which contains three columns named as name1, name2 and name3. As you can see over the screen, we have some blank values and we have some null values. So we have to handle blank as well as null values, and what we want in output, the first not null or non-blank values. So for this, the output will be Adam and Natraj. So before beginning with this question in PySpark, I request you all kindly think like how can we solve this type of question in SQL Server. Let's pause this video for a minute and think. Let's begin in Pyspark. Here I'm creating a data frame. So this is basic syntax. So I'm just showcasing this data frame, how it will look. So it is the same as given as an input. So if we have to solve this kind of problem in SQL, then we will use Coalesce function. Similarly in Pyspark also, we can use that. But to use that, we need to import some dependencies. So what I'm doing, I'm importing some dependencies from pyspark.sql.functions, import everything. Now let's begin. Create a data frame name as df1, and we will do like df.select star. So what I'm doing here, I am selecting the entire table that is present over the input. Now here I'm creating a new column. In this new column, we will use Coalesce function, just like we use in SQL Server. Here we will call df.name1, df.name2, df.name3. And I'm just giving an alias to this column, like alias f name. Now to showcase this, I'll do df_1 dot show. As you can see over the screen, it handled null values, but it was not able to handle the blank values. So we need to identify these cases also, like how can we handle the blank values. So just think about that. To handle blank values, what we will do, if the value is blank, then we will convert that value to a null, and then we can use a Coalesce function for this. So let's solve this also. I'm creating another data frame, name is df2. I'm just calling df, this data frame, using select statement to call the entire table. Now, what we want to do, let's do a Coalesce function. Okay. Now, I'm just using when, just like we have case when in SQL, we have similar type of code over the Pyspark. There's a little bit variation of the syntax, but when you will do the practice, you will gain this and you can solve this. When df.name1 equals just to blank, then what we want? None. Means here we are handling a blank values to none. Otherwise, we want df.name1. Okay. And let's handle other cases too. Okay. Like other cases will be when df.name2 equals to blank, then it should be none. Otherwise, it will be df.name2. So when you write a code, try to translate in English. So you will do practice also, and it will be helpful for you for writing a longer code. Okay. Now what we want to do, when df.name3 equals to blank, and what we want it should be none. Otherwise, what we want it should be df.name3. Okay. Now I'm using the Coalesce, so just assign a new name for this, like alias names and cleaned. Okay. Now to call this data frame, I will do df_2 dot show. As you can see that it has handled Adam, this blank one, but it was not able to handle this. Why? Let's see how we have created this. Here you can see that I have added a space. So we need to handle space too. So how can we handle spaces in any language? But with the help of trim command. So I'll add trim in all of this. So my code will work fine and it will handle each and every situation. Trim. Similarly for another one also. Now let's execute this and see it is able to solve the problem or not. Yes. Now we are getting the correct output. So let's understand this question once more. What was the problem statement? We need to handle null and blank values. It can be more blank values too. Okay. So first of all, we have applied a Coalesce function to handle this. For that case, only the null value is handled. Now to modify the code and to get the correct output, we use when statement. If the value is blank, then we assign as a none. Otherwise, their respective values. Now there was some blank as well as blank double spaces, triple spaces. Now to handle that, we have used string. So might be means we have just figured out the answer. And let's do the practice with this question once more when you have time. Thank you everyone for watching the session. Have a great day ahead. Hello, welcome back.